Hello, welcome to class. I'm your instructor, Janessa Jacobs, and I am attempting to make the introduction video to end all introduction videos. The reason is the structure of my course does not change from one class to the next, from semester to semester, and I've just done this enough. So what I've done is imported a class from the fall into a course development shell, and I've taken most of the details out of a syllabus to make a general syllabus for us to go over. If you have any specific questions, you can post them in the Teachers Helping Students Succeed discussion board, because as you'll see, that exists in all of my classes. So the first thing you're going to do to come to our class is you're going to go to your D2L homepage, and you're going to find your Bio 201 or Bio 202 course, depending on whether you're in the first or the second semester with me. Either way, I'm Janessa Jacobs, your instructor. So you're going to click on that class. And what you'll see the first day is announcements. These announcements are horribly important. Every day read your announcement, because this is how I talk to you every day. So you'll see there are 30 class announcements. There are 30 classes in a semester, and everything you need to know for the day is found in a course announcement. So that's how you'll start out. Day one, you'll have your welcome to class announcement that will show you how to navigate around. That's what I'm doing right now. So you'll be clicking on the link to this video in that announcement. So the parts of the class that matter as far as D2L goes are all these tabs up here. So for content, this is where you will find our general information module that contains the syllabus we're about to go over. The syllabus is the most important information because, it's the most important document all semester because it's our contract. And if you can't abide by everything set out in this syllabus and schedule, then you're going to need to find a different class. So first things first, this general information module has a couple things. It's got these content links we'll look at in a minute, but it's also got a copy of your syllabus that's specific for your class. It will also have a copy of your schedule that's specific to your class. So we'll look at the general syllabus in a minute and all of that, but just kind of wanted to show you that. You'll also have a sub-module that says content links. This is going to have instructions for you on how to access your publisher's website, because this is where all of your assignments are going to be, in addition to the lab tools that you'll use. So you'll also find here Mastering My Lab and Mastering Links Launch. That's actually also on your course homepage. So let's just look at that, because what you're going to do is the cost of your book was included with your class. So you're going to click on this link here, and you're going to use the login information to get you to be able to log into your Pearson class. So you'll click it, it'll work, you'll enter all your codes and everything, and then it'll bring you into your class that will look like this. It has all of your assignments here, and they will be scheduled and posted. So when you come to your homepage, it'll list your assignments, it'll tell you what's coming up due. As far as general course things go, if we come back to our content, again, you'll also have a link in your content sub-module of the general information module page. Other things that you can find in the general information module, again, are your schedule, and then details about your lockdown browser requirement. So in order for you to take your quiz, you're going to need a webcam and a lockdown browser, and this is for all of your quizzes, exams, and lab practicals. This just maintains the integrity of the testing environment and ensures that we all have the highest levels of academic integrity. There's a study tips document here that I highly recommend you view. It's got some really good tips in it. We're not doing hands-on lab anymore, so that part's not relevant. So everything that is relevant to you will be in the general information module. The other thing that you can see in the content link is our weekly to-do lists. And you'll be able to click on these. If you're in an accelerated class, you've got 7.5 weeks. If you're in a regular class, you have 15 weeks. You'll have your to-do list that you can click on, and they will give you an idea of what you need to do for the week. So they have a general, it's an online course, so technically you're allowed to be asynchronous, but if you're in an accelerated class, you need to be coming to class 4 days a week, and if you're in a normal class, you need to be coming 2 days a week. It's not a self-paced class. You have set due dates that are going to be on days that I schedule. So it's really important that you stay on top of everything. As you can see here, every week you're expected to read your book, to do your chapter assignments by the due date, to do your online quiz by the due date, to participate in your weekly discussions, and to ask any of your content-related questions in class. So as you can see here, we've got what you need to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It'll be just the same for you. It's pretty easy to figure out what to do in my class if you come and pay attention. So when we come back to our table of contents, underneath our weekly to-do list, now we'll see all of our exam materials and the ways that they are organized. So you'll see you've got PowerPoints here that you can use to go along with the lecture videos you'll watch. There are exam reviews, and there are actually sub-modules now with practice materials that aren't graded. So just be aware of that. Anything you do in the sub-module that says for practice, not graded, is not graded. It's just for your own good. Okay. At the very bottom of all of your modules, you won't have what was here. This is what was here before I made this my shell to show you guys everything. You'll have a module that's called the nitty-gritty, or the stuff you mostly never want to think about. I change the name every semester to make it personal. What we find in this is actually horribly important information, but everybody has it. Every instructor has it, so it can feel really impersonal. So what it is it's everything that kind of tells you everything you need to know. So you can hit this online course orientation, my instructor information and expectations. So here you'll find my email address. You'll find what I expect from you as far as what you can expect from me, when my response time, my grading feedback time, what I expect from you in our online community. What's cool about this is if you just keep clicking forward and reading, then you can check off every box for what it is I expect you to know or you should be aware of. As far as grading and evaluation goes, here's my grading policies and grading response times and all of that stuff. But that's the stuff that you mostly never want to look at, or the nitty-gritty. So let's forget that for now. Come back to our table of contents and see that that's it. So the other things that we need to be aware of, discussion tab here. We'll link you up to your introduction discussion and your topic discussions. You are expected to participate in discussions every week, so just be aware of that, be paying attention. We also have 2 additional discussion forums. This forum right here is called Teacher Helping Students Succeed, and this is the forum I'm going to monitor on a regular basis for class questions. So if you have a question about material or anything like that, just post it here and I'll answer, and then your peers can learn from it. If you have a question about quizzes, grades, or anything like that, that should come through internal messaging or through my RRCC email. So don't post grade questions and stuff like that in a public forum, please. It's unprofessional. This second forum that we have here is the Students Helping Students Succeed forum, and this is an open forum for you to help each other. So if you come across an app that has really great ways for studying or learning some A&P bit of information, then you can share it with your friends here in this forum. And then below that, we'll have our weekly or topic discussions, and they are pretty general. I'm not requiring that you do anything inordinately long or post any one-page description and then post 2 one-page responses to your peers. I would like you to page 1 original response, and I would like you to engage with your peers. Maybe respond to 1 person, but this isn't supposed to be adding to the stress of being in an online class. This is supposed to make learning fun and help you see outside the box and look at the material in a different way and help you interact with each other in an online course. Here in the assignments tab is where you'll find what you're turning in for labs. Now this is a little weird because you're doing it labs at home. So in your weekly to-do list, every day it will tell you what you're submitting to your assignments, and you can also click on the assignment here in this assignment tab and it will give you a description of what you're going to submit. So the first day for all of my classes now, what you'll be submitting is a lab safety agreement. So you'll read it, print it, sign it, and submit an image. So just make sure that you look on your to-do list for the day or in your assignment for the day before you go into lab so you know what's required for you to turn in. So you are going to be turning something in every day that you're expected to do something for lab, and that's going to change based on your schedule. So all of your exams, quizzes, pop quizzes, everything is going to happen here through the quizzes tab, and you'll see them when they're available. those are kind of all of the pieces of D2L. If you've got any questions about that, let me know. Let's now come and look at the specifics of what you need to look at on your syllabus, because this is our contract and it's really important. So it doesn't matter if you're in class 1 or 2 with me, you're in anatomy and physiology, the first or the second semester. I like them both. Underneath all of that nitty-gritty information, I will have the hours that you should be in class. This is an online asynchronous class, so you can come whenever you want, but I'm basing all of my schedules as though we were in class Monday through Thursday face-to-face. It just helps to get in a good habit of doing the same thing every day if you want to keep on top of the material. So even if you can't be in class on the hours that I have posted here, try to be in class the same time every day, Monday through Thursday for the accelerated class, or Tuesday and Thursday for the normal pace class, Monday and Wednesday if you want to do it that way for the normal pace class. Either way, try and keep on a regular schedule. As far as contact information goes, you can see here, this is my email address. You need to, if you're going to email me at that email address, you have to use your student email address. Do not email me from hotmama@gmail.com. I don't know who the hotmama is, even if it's got your name. So please use only your school-related email accounts. So you can either do it through D2L, or it says right here, I will not reply to any email. Well, yeah, I won't reply to email received through a personal account. So that's why it says it there. Okay, next, required materials. This is your required text, will be listed here. It's included with your course, so you don't pay extra for the class. There are specific instructions for your first day experience in the general information module, a specific code that you put in for your class because you paid for it. Grab that code, put it in, follow those instructions, and you'll be able to get your book, which is awesome. And you're mastering A&P. The other thing that you're going to have to do is go in and pick up materials for lab. Now this might change in the future, so just make sure you're reading your syllabus. And if you've got to pick up materials for lab, look in this section for your due date. If you're not doing lab at home, then ignore that part and pay attention to your course announcements. Other things that you need: access to Desire to Learn. You need a computer with good internet. If you need any help with this, our school can help you out. Read all the detailed information there. As far as the mode of instruction goes, this is an online course and it's asynchronous. So you can technically do the lecture and lab stuff whenever you want on your own time. But it's not self-paced. You have due dates and deadlines all throughout the semester. Those are found in the course schedule, which you can find in your general information module. So let's hop back to this general information module here and just look at the course schedule for this example class so that you can understand the kinds of things that you're going to be required to do every day. When you come into this general information module again, the schedule will be right under your syllabus, because the syllabus is the most important thing and your schedule is the second most important thing. Because sure, it's asynchronous, but it's not self-paced, which means that the due date for your exam is the due date for your exam. And unless you have a really great reason for missing it, you can't make it up. And you can't do it at another time unless you have a really great reason. So while that's loading, maybe we can look at that. No, there it goes. Okay, so here's your first class. You've got an intro to class. If you're in the first semester, you're reviewing the cell. If you're in the second semester, you're beginning the endocrine system. And here you've got a lab. It will be our lab safety agreement. So it's due, it's worth 10 points. You're going to have a syllabus quiz. The due date for that will be here. And then it'll tell you the due date for the assignment that corresponds to the chapter we're talking about. So the first chapter we talk about in the first semester is cells for a review. That assignment is due very shortly after we begin. So it was due the next day after the semester. In the second semester, the first chapter is the endocrine system, and that's a little longer. So that assignment will be due the day after you complete that lecture. The point is, all of your due dates are right here for all of your assignments and exams. You can also see quizzes and exams. You can see here, your exam is on this day, the practical is on this day, nothing else is happening this day. Which means that on this day, if you were coming in on August 27th, you have from midnight, August 27th, until 11:59 p.m., August 27th, to complete Exam 1 and Practical 1. You cannot take Exam 1 on August 31st. You can't take it on August 28th. None of that. The date set here is the date that's set in stone. It's asynchronous in that you can do it anytime throughout the day, but it is not self-paced. I set the pace and I do it right here in the class schedule. This is not your specific class schedule. This is an example from the fall of 2020 when everybody's lives were hopefully starting to get back to normal, but here we are still in this class, so, you know, maybe not. Anyway, who knows? Maybe this is some semester in the future where I'm just completely remote and everybody's healthy. Either way, the point is your specific schedule is posted where? General information module. Okay, so let's come back and look at our syllabus. So all course materials are due by 11:59 on the date listed in the schedule. I've set up the schedule to mirror for the accelerated class the Monday through Thursday work week that happens in a normal semester. I highly recommend that you find a way to make it to class Monday through Thursday or Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. Some regular interval. This will give you your Fridays and weekends to do everything else you have to do, your chapter readings and assignments, which you should be doing ahead of time for the next week. You need to be doing your lab makeups and whatever additional studying you need to do to retain the information. So, yeah, how will I interact with you? I will be regularly monitoring the teacher helping students succeed discussion thread during the class hours that are up in that bracket up there. So I'll be there answering your questions. All right, what else? Course structure. This is an online course delivered through D2L. Every day you will have a daily class announcement posted in D2L. It'll contain the links for your lecture and lab videos for the day, in addition to any other information you will need. This is a 30-class course requiring your daily attendance. It will probably be in your best interest to just get in the habit of being in class at the same time every day, whatever days you pick, your schedule. If you're accelerated, it's 4 days a week. If you're not accelerated, it's 2 days a week. But make sure that you're being disciplined and staying on top of the material. So make sure you're just being good about your studies every day. Even if you're in the normal pace class, you should be studying every day. It's the only way to make sure you don't fall behind. You must complete your exams and lab practical exams on the date posted in the schedule by 11:59 p.m. Ooh, here's one that's really important. Pop quizzes are pop quizzes, and they will not be announced. They just pop up in the quiz tab. So how do you know it's there? Every day, check your quiz tab. Why not? To make sure there's not a pop quiz tab hanging out there. I don't announce it. It won't show up in your calendar. It's a pop quiz. So it'll show up at midnight, and it'll be due at 11:59 p.m. All other course activities are due by 11:59 on the day they are due. Discussions are due by 11:59 on Sunday. Lab activities. You should complete your lab activities on the day posted in the schedule. This just helps you get in a good habit and not fall behind. However, so you should turn them in by midnight that night. However, all labs will be due by 11:59 p.m. on Friday. That way, if let's say you have 4 labs due that week, and so you can only do 3 of them, on Friday you can make up the 4th lab. So Friday's supposed to be your day off, but you can use this time to make up your labs. You can also use this time to get in the habit of studying ahead or planning your schedule for the next week or something like that. You have to complete chapter assignments through Mastering AMP, which again was your site that is available through the publisher and with your book. Your e-text is available through this site as well. In addition, we have this study area that you're going to be able to use, this My Lab and all of this stuff that is going to kind of help you. Let's look down here. You've got this lab manual study area, practice anatomy lab here, practice anatomy lab flashcards. All of that stuff is available to help you through lab, so just be aware of that. What else do we need to know? So your chapter assignments are there and your lab assignments are there. Other things to be aware of: your online quizzes will happen through D2L. They're due by the due date listed in the schedule. Your pop quizzes will be due on the day that they are popping up in the quiz tab. So be coming to class every day, Monday through Thursday, if you're accelerated. check in every day, Monday through Thursday, or yeah, I would check in Tuesdays and Thursdays if I was not accelerated. I'd be watching for those pop quizzes. You have to participate in weekly discussions as evidence of attendance and participation in class. You should also use this space to interact with your peers. Discussion responses are due by the end of the week at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. So if, for example, your week 1 is from January 1st to January 24th, your week 1 discussion is due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. There's not a discussions component to your grade, so each post will contribute to an additional points at the end of the semester. And you may say, oh, well, wait, if there's not a discussions component to my grade, then why on earth would I participate in discussions? Because I'm telling you to. It's good for you. It's going to give us a place to interact with each other, and it's going to give you the possibility to earn 30 bonus points at the end of the semester. This is one of the only opportunities for you to get any kind of extra credit in this class. So if we come to the end of the semester and you're at an 89.9%, and you email me and say, will you round me up to an A? I will say, did you participate in every discussion? And if you got all your discussion points, well, I'll say no is the answer. But if you were at an 89.9% and didn't get any discussion points, then that's your fault you didn't get an A. There are 30 points available. So make sure you're just interacting. It'll be fun anyway. As far as the rest of this goes, you can read about the course level objectives here. Your course prerequisites are also here. This is a general transfer class, which means this class is as good as anybody else in the entire state. Can transfer from university to private university to state university to community college. So it matters, which means that's why it's hard. So you're going to do a lot of stuff because you're going to a healthcare profession and you need to be able to take care of people. So yeah, I'm sorry if I sound a little harsh. Sometimes people are like, well, why are you making me work so hard? And I'll say because you're supposed to be engaging in inquiry-based activities and using the scientific method. This is a college class is why I'm making you work so hard. But I'm also being entertaining in the meantime, I argue. I might be wrong. Okay, so other things that are important for me to address with you is that in your syllabus there's a census date that gives you the date. This is the census date is the date by which you must drop to receive a 100% tuition refund. If you stick it out past that, you actually lose all your money, and then you have one more chance to withdraw from the class by the withdraw date that is specifically posted in your syllabus. And if you withdraw by that deadline, you can get a W on your transcript. So if you're maybe facing an F, you might want a W. Either way, I recommend if you are, especially in an accelerated class, if you cannot keep up with the pace of class in the first week, then you should really consider dropping by the census date and getting your money back. All right, let's have some academic integrity, people. We're going into healthcare. Do you want a doctor who cheated on their exams? No, you don't. Do you want a nurse who looked over her shoulder at her partner? No, you don't. So don't do it. Do you want a nurse who... What could you do? You can't look over your shoulder at your partner. You could Google all the answers. You know, no, you can't because you've got lockdown browser. But you don't want that kind of nurse. Don't be that kind of nurse. Okay, syllabus insert has all the nitty-gritty stuff you need. It's posted as a separate announcement I didn't write, and it's in that nitty-gritty module. Other stuff is, yeah, there too. Student handbook, really important. Additional course information. Any announcements, any changes are posted in a daily class announcement. Read those. I do not accept late work. Why? Because you have your schedule from day one, and you have a window by which to complete your work that you know about from day one. Plan your schedule, get it done. Your attendance and participation is essential for you to master the material. Your success will require that you maintain regular attendance and develop excellent time management and study skills. If you need any help, let me know. All right, as far as the breakdown of the course goes, you are expected to attend lecture having prepared for the day. I'm not going to be able to tell this because I'm a video talking to you. You're going to love the videos from my living room, I think. They're pretty great. But you should still do it anyway because it's good habit, and then you know what questions you have ahead of time and see if they get answered in class. If not, pause the video, ask your questions in the Teacher Helping Students Succeed discussion board. You are responsible for learning everything that's covered in lecture, and that may not be covered in your book. So if I say something in class that's not in your book, it's testable. If you read something in your book that's a part that we've covered in class, and I didn't specifically address something from lecture, but we talked about that part of the book in lecture, you're responsible for that as well. You're responsible for everything except stuff we do not address at all in class, like disorders. You can take a pathophys class for that. We might use disorders for examples to understand how things are working appropriately, but I'm not going to test you on disorders really. So you're going to get other courses. I've got to test you. We've got enough to work on learning how it works when it's all going right. Okay, so participating in lab is absolutely essential for you. So every class in your schedule, you will have some kind of something for lab. It might just be that you are reading the safety agreement and signing it, but either way, you're getting lab credit, so you're doing something. The lab guides are posted in the lab guide section, and they will help guide your studies so that you can understand how our form gives rise to our function. You are going to check out a lab kit from the school, and you also have all that stuff through Mastering A&P that you'll be able to use. So every day you're going to complete a lab activity, and it will be listed in your schedule, described in the weekly to-do list. A description of it will be available in the assignments tab, and you'll submit something there for 10 points. You have to check every day, see what's required. Okay, exams are due the day they are due, not during class hours in your asynchronous class. So they are due by 11:59 p.m. and they cover lecture and lab. So our lecture portion is 100 points. The lab will be generally 30 points. There's the last practical for the first semester course is a 60-point practical. We'll talk about that when we get closer to your class in announcements. All right, let's see, what else? You may make up one exam in the event of documented illness or emergency. I'm really nitty-gritty about this. If you just slept in all day and like the entire 24-hour period and missed your test, not a good reason. So if you got COVID, great reason. And I might have to give you, I don't know, if you got COVID, you're probably not recovering and making it back to class, from what I hear. My grandparents both had it. And so, I don't know, we'll reevaluate that as it comes up. If you have extenuating circumstances which prevent you from attending class on one of the exams days, you have to contact me as soon as possible to provide your documentation. I will then arrange for your alternate exam, which might be different than the in-class exam, which may only contain essay questions. If you can't make up an exam within your 1 week, then you're going to get a 0. Sorry about that. That's just what we got to do. 4 pop quizzes throughout the semester. They follow the format of the exams. They are timed and can't be made up. You have to take them the day of the quiz. So you got to just come to class and check that quizzes tab, especially around exam time. Assignments. Chapter assignments are available through your publisher's website. Instructions for accessing that site are in the general information module. Online quizzes will be posted in the quizzes tab. You get to drop one of those. Okay, grades are based on lecture exams, lab, practical exams, assignments, lab assignments, pop quizzes, online quizzes, and a cumulative final. So the specifics for each course depends on whether you're in the first or the second semester. But you'll have some amount of exams that are worth some amount of points each. That gives you some amount of points possible for exams. You have a number of practicals that are worth 30 points or 60 points, giving you the amount of points possible for practicals. You will have a 100-point cumulative final the last day of class. You'll have 4 pop quizzes. You have 6 online quizzes. You get to drop 1, your lowest score. So 100 points are available for that. The points possible for your assignments varies from semester to semester, so the points possible for class is going to vary. What matters is how many points you get at the end of the semester, and that's broken down in a specific chart to your class at the bottom of your specific class's syllabus. So look at that if you have any questions at the end of the semester. If you're here at 987.2 points, do not ask me to give you an A. The answer is no. And if you participated in every discussion and are still here at this 987.2 points, I'm sorry. The answer is still no. But if you're there and didn't participate in any discussion, the answer will be no, and you'll only have yourself to blame. I hope that doesn't sound too harsh. It probably does. You can't receive more than a specific number of points for a particular portion of the class. So if, let's say, there were some extra credit points available in quizzes and you were to get 84 out of 80 quiz points, you could still only get 80 quiz points toward the whole assessment of your grade. What that means basically is that if you do really well on all your quizzes and get like 5 extra credit points per quiz or something, that's not going to make up because you did really horribly on an exam or something like that. I don't know. All right, but if you miss a quiz, so all the pop quiz, the extra credit points in the pop quizzes, if you were to miss a quiz, those would add to your pop quizzes. So I hope that makes sense. All right, yeah, you'll have a topic outline, general topic outline posted, and that wraps up the syllabus. If you have any other questions, of course, you can come here where discussions. Anytime you have a class-related question, you're going to come to Teachers Helping Students Succeed, and you're going to post it right here. I will monitor that, not all the time, but a little bit, and see what your questions are, and I will answer them there. So, I believe that's everything we need to go over for class. Yeah, there's our publisher site here. Has your assignments and study area for labs. D2L did everything. Looks good. Like, we're not done. I didn't tell you where to see your grades. So up here in our list of options, we have a grades tab, and it will list everything that's available. I will get your grades updated generally within the week, sometimes up to 2 weeks, but yeah, it should be as quick as possible. Hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. See you soon.